Okay, this has been fun. This has been, well, I've been waiting for this one for a while now. I keep talking about it, but because you're on social media, you sort of feel like, hey, it's all happening right now only, man. Well, Isabelle, thank you so much for joining us for the very first time on B4U. It's lovely, you're as lovely as your smile, and you've got this great energy about you. So great to have you on the show. Congratulations on your debut, which is going to be brilliant and fantastic. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be here. Hopefully next time in person also.
Yeah, and then we've got Mr. Muscles. You don't want to follow Sooraj Pancholi because you feel sick, man. Every day you watch it. Every time you're eating, like suppose you're eating chocolate and you see Sooraj, the legs, and then the abs, and then the muscles. Sooraj Pancholi, brother, thanks for joining me. How you doing?
All good, brother. How are you?
Very good, man. You look better than most. This lockdown's treated you well. You haven't put on an ounce of fat. You're looking good. How's it been the last 6 months, man?
Bro, actually, for me, it was peaceful, nice. I live alone. I love it. I liked the sky from my house. It was clean. Everything was nice. Waffles, one call away.
And what about you, Isabelle? I think, let's just put it, he's become like a bit of a veteran in front of you now. He's seen the ups and the downs, and he's had some good times and some not so great times. But you're like out there, and it's almost like fantastic. It's new, and the excitement is there. How are you feeling now? You've got to go through a lockdown knowing that the film's been there for a while. You don't know when it's releasing. And now that the lockdown's gone, it's suddenly out there. How are you feeling?
I'm excited, nervous. I feel like all the things one feels before release. Luckily, I feel the response to the songs has been good. People have been really sweet. Thank you, online. So yeah, fingers crossed that people continue to enjoy the songs and they like it and they enjoy it. I mean, that's what you want to do with a dance film. You just want people to enjoy it and have a good time.
So the thing is, Sooraj obviously was always into dance and he's a hard worker there. What about you? You come in knowing that your sister wasn't so great, then really worked and worked and worked and worked, and I'm going like, she's become like this really fantastic dancer now. Were you has that been your route as well, or were you like better when you started off as well?
So I've been dancing for a while. I worked as a backup dancer for a long time. So I've been dancing for quite a few years now.
So you've never had any stress at all?
No. Stress comes regardless, especially when you're doing new styles. Now, I may have danced, but it was always Bollywood, hip hop. These ballroom dances, I mean, who waltzes anymore? Let's be honest. Not me.
So Sooraj had it easy actually. Sooraj, if you had a role reversal, would you have enjoyed it?
Role reversal?
You were in heels going backwards?
If you were doing ballroom dancing and if she had to do street dance, that would have been fun, wouldn't it?
It would have, but I'm happy that I got to dance ballroom or Latin, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
But this is my first and last for sure.
What's the big statement? Why the big first and last statement? Why that?
I don't want to wear heels anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear tight pants anymore.
Right.
And I don't want to wear those glitter clothes anymore. But I never knew I thought Latin dancing was only salsa, but I never knew that it was such a powerful dance. It's actually more powerful than even hip hop or it's like ballet in its own way. It's that difficult.
Right.
And I'm happy that I had a chance to do a film on this, but first and last, done.
Okay, so I'm going to say that the difficulty quotient was probably high also, which is there. You've got Isabelle coming in. This is in India. The last 5-7 years has been interesting for Western dance films. You had ABCD come in there. You've had a lot of people watch international street dancer films. That they watched in India. Now everyone seems to and since the very show DID when it started, suddenly people knew how to dance. They were crazy with some of their movements. Did you guys have to really up the game knowing that you were a dance film watched by a lot of people that could be critical when they're watching dance? So they're watching dance and it's not about acting now, it's literally the movement. So did you have to really work hard?
Yeah, I feel like they really tried to up the game in terms of lifts and and like the different sort of dance tricks that we did while still staying true to the Latin and ballroom competitions that we were in.
Right.
But yeah, I felt like the choreographers, it was a lot of Ramos's team, obviously,
Yeah.
really tried to push it as much as they could while still staying within like competition rules. Obviously, in film, you can take some artistic license, and we definitely did stuff that nobody is doing in competition because, like, no, you die without safety harnesses and double takes, you die. But I felt they really tried to push it and really tried to give the audiences something new to look at, some new visuals, some new styles. So I'm excited for that.
You know, and Suraj, you've got Isabelle in front of you. You've had like an interesting journey, and I've always discussed this with you. Your last film, you know, you have which was very appreciated, a really good performance. But you're out there alone pretty much on the film. You know, here this is a film that has been out. You've been waiting for it to release for a while also. When you saw Isabelle the first time on the set, are you somebody who's sizing up your actress, also figuring out, okay, how much can she do? How much can I do? How are we going to make this work? How was she in the first week? Not even the first day, the first week, you and Isabelle on a set?
Brother, actually, no, being on set was not anything new because I already spent, say, 6 months with Isabelle before we started shooting.
Yeah.
So I knew
Rehearsal.
her. I knew how she was. I knew she knew how I was.
Yeah.
I know how she would react to my line. I think she would know how I would say my line. So we just both knew each other's strengths and weaknesses, you know, from the beginning. Whether that be dance or whether that be scenes or whether that be even just waiting on set, whether that be anything, we knew each other 100% before going on set.
What's the one thing that you didn't like about her? You said waiting on the set. Were you waiting for her?
No, not waiting for her. I mean, waiting for the lights to get done. You know,
right.
Correct.
See, I'll give you another answer for this. When people ask me, Suraj, why did you become an assistant director?
Yeah.
If you want to be an actor, it's because I've done acting class before. I've done acting schooling before, but they don't teach you how long you're ready with hair and makeup, but you have to sit on set for 6-7 hours sometimes, or even longer. Sometimes you sit the entire day and they take one shot of yours in the end, you know?
Yeah.
So that is what being an assistant director taught me, to have the endurance to be on set. That is a different game altogether. So,
yeah, because you got to wait from 12 o'clock in the morning and 2 o'clock in the morning. If they ask you to give that emotional shot, you've got to be bang on. You can't say, I've been waiting 14 hours for the shot, so I can't give
exactly. So, yeah, so basically, Isabelle and me, we were actually a good team.
Isabelle, did you find it like, I know you've been surrounded by it for the last few years, you know, many years. You've seen one of the hardest workers in the room you've known very well, which is your sister, you know, and it wasn't so easy for her to get, how should I say, accepted by the industry. You know, it always happens when they say you're an outside person, then you come in, then you work your way in. So there's all these questions in your head. You come into a film where you have to show dance and, you know, it's a different kind of film. Were you prepared, do you think, mentally because of being Katrina's sister?
I think I was mentally prepared because I've done dancing a lot in my life. So I know what's required from the dancing. And then also we did have those months of rehearsals before going on set. So we knew what exactly was going to be required of us. And we had that prep time. So I think I was lucky that way. And also I worked as an assistant director for many years. I've done projects in the States. So I felt, even though it was my like first Bollywood film, I had been on sets for so long that I felt quite prepared going into it, especially with all the rehearsal time we had. Like Suraj said, we had been rehearsing, we knew each other, we had been dancing, we knew our scenes. So it was actually not too much of a
No, that's all the professional bit. I'm talking about the mental stuff also. You walk in there and you know that you're making a Bollywood film debut and it's got to work for you, right? Because like you've got sibling pressure on you, right? So they're going to do that with you. They're going to compare it. They're going to say, oh, was she better in her first film? You know, so they're going to see Katrina's first film and your first film. They'll see Katrina's last film and your first film. And that's like an unfair comparison. But were you prepared mentally for that?
I think I've had the chance to become prepared. Maybe not at the start, but now that it's come up so many times, it's always something that's asked in interviews. The first thing Katrina's always mentioned, it's always brought up, that I've had time to prepare and become used to it. And that comparison will always be there. It's something that is just going to be a part of my life and career. So you get used to it.
But if you're a dancer, are you competitive? Like Suraj is out there, you're out there on the floor. It's like, so if you go to a gym, Sooraj Pancholi is a competitive boy in the gym. So even when you're dancing, there's always this little competition there. Were you out also, with a point to prove sometimes?
Little bit maybe.
So who won? Who won?
But see, also
Isabelle.
the thing with the thing with Latin, it's a partner dance. So you're not dancing like opposite each other. You're dancing with each other. So like, kind of you make each other better. If one is doing really, really fast spins, then the other one looks good because he's holding it. If the other one is like doing a lift, you look good because he's flinging you around. Like
It's a 50-50.
complements each other rather than being against each other.
Yeah, better or worse. It can go the other way around as well. So, so what is the most surprising thing, Suraj, that you found with her performance, Isabelle, off camera and on camera? See, rehearsals are fine, and you know it too. But when they actually say action, and when the actual crew is out there, when like this is the A game. Today, you're out on the pitch. Were you surprised at her ease, or what's the most surprising thing that you found about her?
I think because when we were spending time and when we were even in London trying to get this film done and everything, I would always feel like Isabel's not rehearsing enough or whatever. But every time she was on set, she was so prepared. So she actually tricked me, because I don't think I was reading my lines as much as she was and rehearsing as much as she was, because she didn't show me that.
Ah.
Yes. So I thought, okay, she's giving her 50%, so maybe I give my 60%, so I'll be better than her. But she was giving 100, and I was giving my 60.
Oh, are you one of those kind of girls, Isabelle, who goes into an exam saying, I don't know what the paper's like, and then you suddenly finish the whole thing?
Oh, yes.
But also, with the language, I have to do that extra work.
Yeah.
Now he can walk on set and they'd be like, okay, say this line, and he rattles it off. I have to look at it, read it, okay, and then,
Well, Sooraj Pancholi and Isabelle with us. We take a little break and come right back. Don't go anywhere. We're back on B4U Star Stop, and time to dance. 3 years in the making, maybe more in the preparation. It's finally coming out, and Isabelle Kaif, Katrina Kaif's sister, making her debut. Well, and Sooraj Pancholi with him. Guys, thanks again for joining me. The look of the film looks great, and I think a lot of these films win on look also. Sooraj, this actually, looking at you, I never thought you would have wanted to do more of this kind of film, because you have that kind of physique, you do dance to that. But like you're saying, this might be the first and last. Is it for a dance film or just because it's Latin dancing?
Just Latin dancing. I would not even dance Latin at a bar anymore, or at a club anymore, or at an event anymore. I'm done doing shaking my hips. I'm done with that. Now, time to dance 2. If it ever happens, it's going to be definitely not ballet. Maybe we can turn it into Bollywood or hip hop or something new.
You've been watching a lot of cinema, I guess. Everyone watches the last year. Maybe not cinema. Let's put it OTT or some kind of stuff. Has there been a lot of reflection as a performer also? It's almost like, patience one has to learn from Sooraj Pancholi. You really have learned how to be, how should I say, gathered on your own thoughts, man. And it's a constant fight back sometimes for you. You've got a release coming out, and then when things start to look good, then the coronavirus hits you and you're going like, really, the coronavirus now, what else do I have to sort of wait up with? So what have you got, what's your mantra, man? I mean, I know a lot of people are facing a bit of pressure in their own head because they want the car to kick off quicker.
For me, the coronavirus is not as dangerous as the media right now.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I think we need a media vaccine coming out before the COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
And 50 days of quarantine for all the media people. But it's part of the game, and I think that is where my training kicks in. That is why I go to the gym. That's why I sweat it out. That's why I go cycling, because I feel really relaxed, and it's meditation for me. That's what I always say. So I think keeping a healthy lifestyle and training yourself will really keep your mind sane.
What's the toughest thing for you as an actress, Isabelle? I mean, have you had to give up on foods and meeting a lot of people? And sometimes they say maintain the enigma of an actress and, of a heroine. Don't be too accessible. Don't tweet too much, or don't put too much stuff on Instagram. What's been the toughest thing for you to be like this heroine?
So I feel social media is probably the area I'm not the best at. I struggle with it. I don't like putting myself out there too much. I'm a very private person. And I've been trying to do better with that. I've been really trying. My management team has really been trying to get me to be better. Sometimes, because sometimes I just like to be in the moment rather than always documenting the moment, which is a nice thought, but not very practical for the industry I'm in. So that I feel has been the hardest for me is finding that balance of putting myself out there while also being shy and private like I am.
Yeah, I wouldn't have believed that you'd be shy in private. I think you look so chilled. Suraj, is she shy in private, or is that a persona that people think that she
People get
is?
that because I smile a lot, but just because I smile doesn't mean I'm not shy.
See, Isabelle isn't shy at all. But,
What?
no, wait. But she can't really. She will take time to make friends, I guess, because when she meets someone new, she can't really open up and be herself, I guess. It's the same with me.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
have my same friends since the past 15 years, 20 years.
Which is fine, I guess. I remember in school I was called a snoot sometimes, and I was going, that's fine, man. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you take a little bit of time, you don't want to be like, say, hugging the world, and now especially with Corona, you don't want to hug anyone. So it's cool. I think this really works well for you. What about gymming and food and all the have-tos of actors that sort of have been difficult for everybody around them? Have you had that easy for you, or have you had to work on that?
Obviously, everyone has like their insecurities. I'm lucky that I'm a little bit of a smaller person, so if I work out, I can maintain. But I really struggle with diets. Food is like my great love in life. It's really hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. When you look at Sooraj Pancholi, you don't think that he ever gives a rat's about food, man. Brother, I want to ask you, do you have cheat days? How can you not let go? I've been seeing you for so many years now. You never let go, man. You just put food pictures. I don't think you eat them.
So you know that song that has just come, the montage song where Suraj is training and it's all his body shots and he's looking like so fit and insane? I swear to God, every day before said he was having Nando's. And I was just like,
no, man.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
I eat a lot.
You're not that young. You're not that young, so metabolism is not like one of those things you can use.
No, I eat a lot, but I train harder. I eat everything possible. But now I think my body is kind of slowing down. I don't feel like I'm 21 anymore. So what took me 1 week now is taking me 10 days, But I mean, I'm a foodie. I know.
Wait till you cross 40, then we'll talk, about the food.
But what, you're also looking quite like a fit dude.
Yeah, but that's only till here. That's still here, right? So you got to be careful of the other half. That's why I like these Zoom calls in a bit. Okay, so big time. This film is coming out now. There's got to be lots of expectations from this movie because it's taken a while to come. So you've had like in Hindi you have that saying "Sher aaya, sher aaya, sher aaya." Finally, the lions arrived.
Yeah.
Do you think? I've had a bit of an off-screen chat with Isabelle. She hasn't seen too much of it. She's seen a few pictures. Have you had the good luck of seeing quite a bit of the footage or the film?
Me, just the songs.
Oh,
I've seen all the songs. I've not seen the climax song yet.
Right.
Because Stanley sir does not want to show it to anyone. But I've seen the songs. I've seen my introduction. I've seen her introduction. That's it.
But do you have a good feeling with this?
I think the kids will love it. It's like a Disney kind of film, It's like a colorful dance romantic film. It's where all the teenagers will like it for sure.
Yeah.
It's really hard to kind of judge, like post-COVID. Like I feel before, the kind of reactions you would get to the song or the trailer or the poster would kind of dictate how the film would do.
Yeah.
But now with like, nobody knows. Times of COVID, man.
I guess our industry, and I was speaking to a lot of people about this, I think our industry was the hardest hit for us to come back to normalcy is not taking the 6 months or a year. It might take 2.5 years, maybe even longer.
It can take longer now, looking at the situation.
You never
and
know like how the cinemas are going to respond, and I don't know how much the cinemas are going to be able to be the like barometer. I don't know if that's the
that's
right
true.
word
That's
of
right.
in which to judge films, because
So as actors, what are you doing? How are you meeting people now? Is it easier because the good side is, or the flip side is, there's no box office number to hold you back. So you show the performance, and if the directors think you've done a good job, it's sort of easy to move on. And I know that's also helped some of the actors because there's nobody checking to see how the audience is doing. And if 10 people say the film's done very well, oh, excellent. So is that helping you, like, say, to meet newer people and sort of get more work? Say, Sooraj and Isabelle, both of you?
I feel maybe it takes a little bit of the pressure off, because everyone's like, it's COVID. Like, who knows what's going to happen? Like, no one is judging it by the same way it was judged pre-2020.
Yeah.
So, but I don't really know, to be honest.
Suraj, what about you know so many producer friends of yours. Are they all nervous? Do you think that there's going to be a really nervous time in the next 6-8 months in the industry? The big ones are all right, I can understand. They're getting their rights and all that. But the medium level films, that's going to be, I think, in trouble.
Brother, I don't think so, because now OTT is a big platform.
Okay.
And everyone has gotten used to sitting at home, watching movies. You can pause it whenever you want. You can put it back. You can go to sleep. You can wake up. You can watch it whenever you want. And people are actually setting up home theaters in their own home, even if it's a small one. So I don't know, but of course, I got into films to be on the big screen,
Yeah.
The big screen is the big screen. This Chandan is Chandan. The Gaiety Galaxy is Gaiety Galaxy, So, I mean, I wish things get back to normal, which it will, 100%. वो तो होना ही है.
Yeah.
But time lagega.
What about OTT? I mean, I see the kind of content that is being churned out is fantastic. Actors are getting to play roles like you would never have had the chance to play in real life.
Yes,
Ensemble casts are coming out there. Are you all looking at that on a very serious note now as well? Because it can coexist, I think, pretty well.
Yeah, I think OTT is super exciting, actually. I think the types of shows, the types of movies that are getting made, it's giving space to newer, slightly more risky things, which might not have been financed if it was going straight to cinema. The content, the writers, the directors, I think only exciting things are coming from OTT, and I think it's a great space to be on right now.
Yeah, but they might think of deciding which kind of content to come in. Suraj, what do you think if they sort of not censor, but they stop and start the kind of stuff that is being shown? Do you think that's going to be interesting in India? Do you think people will take to it?
I think it's 2021. Everyone is evolved in the head. Everyone knows what's happening. So what's the point of that parda? Because everyone is so open-minded now. Everyone knows how the world functions. So why to be a hypocrite,
Yeah. Unfortunately, they are forming some rules now, where the government of India is now going to have rules as far as OTT is going to be concerned. I find that quite ridiculous sometimes. But unfortunately, we can't help it. Yeah.
Like, to be censoring things still, like, you have the option of just not watching it. You can't press stop.
Common sense is not easily available these days. A lot of the discussions happening around the world actually defy common sense. But I think one thing is for sure, I'm so glad it's out. Congratulations. I know we've been talking about this film, Sooraj, when I've been meeting the last 2-3 years, and we've spoken at length about this movie. It's finally coming out now. Good luck, guys, and I hope to see you soon. And is this your new pad, Sooraj, where you're sitting lovely out in the sun and looking out?
I moved here 3 years ago. Before I lived in Juhu, now I'm in Warsaw. Now I'm living in the same building as my family. So I'm actually happy that I'm close to home. So,
you look so chill.
Come over someday. Come over.
Yeah. We've been planning to work out for 3 years, and now we'll plan another 3 years to come to your house in Warsaw.
Well, guys, that was Sooraj Pancholi and, of course, Isabelle Kaif. She's got this lovely, wonderful, open smile. I love it. And can't wait to see how this film does. It's been 3 years in the making. Remo D'Souza's team, Stanley Da Costa, the director. I have to wait and see if the public actually gives a thumbs up to it. I'll see you soon.